A person with social anxiety disorder always has a large, even huge, set of skills with which he can arrange healthy relationships. That being said, look further into his inner world. If the person did not criticize and devalue himself, he would be able to interact and build relationships with other people. But at this point, let's look into what is going on inside the person again. Such a person is afraid to say anything about himself, afraid to say unnecessary things and appear rude. A person with social anxiety disorder is generally afraid of his desires. It is difficult for him to speak. He is often afraid of being asked questions and having to answer. What if the person will answer in a way that will spoil the other person's expectations? Shyness of a person with social anxiety disorder is formed by parents in childhood, when the child is forbidden to ask questions. You're already annoying, you'll grow up to know. Stop asking questions. You were forbidden to speak up and ask why. Questions you cannot interrupt adults. Why do you interfere with your conversations? Stop with your nonsense to meddle with me, the parent says. You can't talk about yourself. When a person talks about himself, he is an egoist. You have to listen to others. Others need to like you. If others don't like you, you won't be chosen for a relationship. You can't be pushy. You can't talk about what you want. You'll be called selfish again. You can't be rude to people. You can't say no. You can't take a stand. You can't get mad at people. You can't do those things. Because of this, the person with social anxiety disorder is fixated on their mistakes. As soon as the person wants to speak up, he remembers, you can't speak up. You will be perceived as selfish. If you speak your desires, you are selfish. There are too many rules that person is hung up on, being indoctrinated from childhood to be the kind of person to be appropriate for a parent. The parents had no time to socialize. They did not support such a child, all the time forbidding and denying everything. All these words that the parents said to their child became their own thoughts. A person with social anxiety disorder inside says to himself, "You're fat, who will want you like this? No one perceives you that way. Why can't you socialize normally with children? Come and get acquainted." The child doesn't know how, he has to be taught. And the parent says, "You can't get acquainted, you can't defend yourself. You can't defend yourself." And the child then says this to himself inside, "I can't stand up for myself, nobody needs me. I can't defend myself. I'm not going to make a relationship with me." Everything that the parent said, the child continues to say to himself, because man internalizes this thinking and ways of life. They become the internal rules of the person. And such a person has a broken identity. That is, he has created an image of himself that is negative and inferior. I am not capable of anything, nobody needs me. Nobody will choose me, nobody will communicate with me. I'm not attractive, I can't talk, I don't know what to do. I'm fat, I'm crooked, I'm slanted, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. That's the image. And when other people approach, that image pops up in his head. So it's a one-sided identity. That is, a person associates himself with an invented negative image, or the image that his parents created for him. Those people who were important in childhood. But his real self, his strong sides, or what he likes in himself, is not in this image. So the person with social anxiety disorder looks at themselves through someone else's identity, through the words and thoughts that others have instilled in them. And thus identification occurs. See, I'm not identifying with myself as a complete person, that there's nothing wrong with me, that I can be myself, that I have the right to make mistakes, that I can be myself if I want to be myself, that I can be myself, that I can enjoy life, that I can socialize with the people I like.